Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Rantoinette. We got a lot of stories to get into today. We've got ICE losing its goddamn mind. Trump and the Epstein case just won't seem to go away, probably for good reason. Got Jon Stewart laying into the right-wing House and Senate because, of course, he is. We've got standard normie liberals starting to sound like me, you know, like full-on leftists. Missouri is doing some fuckery, got some interesting stuff there. And on Grok has lost its ever-loving mind, or more to the point, been replaced by Elon Musk's mind. And we got so much more. Anyway, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. Helps me out in the algorithm, and I thank you in advance for it. All right, let's get to it. So we start off the week with this kind of craziness going on in MacArthur Park. And just going to give you a cute little timeline here, but this is what's going on in MacArthur Park.
Demanding answers after federal agents and troops gathered at a park for what appeared to be an immigration-related operation, but the mayor claims the only thing interrupted
It's a fucking
was a
military
children's summer
invasion.
camp. ABC's Christian Cordero has details. Christian, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. The questions being raised about that show of force come as more immigration officers come under attack, facing ambushes and assaults.
This morning, new questions after federal agents descended onto MacArthur Park in Los Angeles yesterday. 90 National Guard troops in tactical gear deploying to the mostly empty park.
Yeah, man. Seriously, look at this. This is ridiculous. It's a military invasion in downtown Los Angeles.
Only saying the troops were there to support immigration authorities.
Sure.
What a disgrace what's happening in MacArthur Park. What theater.
Greasy
California Governor Gavin Newsom
Newsom
slamming the Trump administration.
Those National Guard men and women that were out there protecting people are now being used as political pawns.
Who were in the park today were children. It was their summer camp.
Mayor Karen Bass saying there were no threats at the park, only children whose camp was interrupted.
Did this 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE? Did the 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE taking his parents?
A recent report said the park is a crime-ridden, open-air drug market, but no arrests were reported during the
Sure, man. Nice excuse you got there.
presence. It comes as federal officials report a spike in violence against immigration agents.
I wonder fucking why. I mean, the irony. The guys strapped to the nines in full military gear are claiming that violence is being perpetrated on them.
Against ICE and Border Patrol personnel up 500% since January. Just yesterday, a man in tactical gear opening fire on a Border Patrol facility in Texas. Police say 27-year-old Ryan Lewis Mosqueda fired dozens of rounds into the building near the McAllen airport.
Violence attracts violence, ladies and gentlemen. Who is being arrested? Is it the hardened criminals? Is it the vicious member Trende Aragua? We don't even talk about that shit anymore. Is it Trende Aragua? Is it MS-13? I mean, who knows? Or is it these people?
No les abras. ¿Por qué le pegas?
What you're doing is kidnapping.
Behind the flurry of news from this White House, something's been happening.
Hey, he's bleeding, dog, he's bleeding.
In plain sight across America.
Since Donald Trump became president again, people suspected of being in America illegally are being rounded up and detained. Previous presidents did the same. The difference now is the methods and no judicial process.
This is Ladera Heights, Los Angeles, 11 a.m. on Monday, June the 23rd.
Don't answer any questions. You don't have to say anything. No.
26-year-old Selena Ramirez holding a tree.
What you're doing is kidnapping.
To prevent herself being taken by masked men. They were later confirmed to be working for ICE, the U.S. Immigration and Customs.
Yeah, how are we supposed to know, man? Seriously. I mean, you can just buy some shit off of Amazon and pretend to be ICE or some federal official and just snatch up anybody that you want to.
enforcement agency.
Who are you? Who are you?
She came to America illegally 2 years ago in search of a better life. She's married.
Oh, yes, please protect your identity. You got to be safe out there. You never know who's going to dox you or anything. Cover your face, goddammit.
Old son.
There's 8 of you?
The ICE agents reportedly showed no warrant and they did not identify themselves. She was taken away. Lawyers have been trying to track her location, but say they've not been able to find out where she was taken.
They're kidnapping her.
It's believed she was what's known as undocumented. If that's the case, and we don't know for sure because the authorities won't reveal any details, then that means she had no visa or asylum claim lodged. But under US law, she should still be given the right to a lawyer and a fair hearing.
That's right, folks. That's right. U.S. citizen seeks $1 million after arrest. Detention for recording immigration raid at Home Depot. Now, they have been doing a lot more Home Depot raids because Stephen Miller screamed and yelled at them. He wants 3,000 people deported every single day. And why are you just going after the criminals? Go to Home Depot. Go to 7-Eleven. Get those motherfuckers. Well, they went to Home Depot and they did some dastardly shit. Mexican-American Legal Defense and Education Fund is demanding a federal government pay $1 million in damages to a U.S. citizen who was arrested and detained while he was recording an immigration raid at Home Depot in Los Angeles last month. The MLA-DEF put the government on notice of a coming civil lawsuit for what it says were assault, battery, false arrest, and false imprisonment against Job Garcia. Here's Job Garcia. Let's take a look and see what he has to say.
Assuming because they were of this particular skin color that they're undocumented. The ICE agent lunged at me, put his hands on me, and I reactionary just pushed him out of the way. And he got behind me, tackled me.
Garcia has been released without charges, and he also says ICE agents bragged about detaining 31 people. It is still unclear exactly how many people were detained.
Garcia, a PhD student and photographer, was tackled and thrown to the ground by agents in a Home Depot parking lot in Hollywood, arrested and held for more than 24 hours. Here's Tom Homan. This happened a little bit more recently. And he's got some interesting stuff to say about due process and, what he thinks he is entitled to.
Tom, I've got to get your reaction to this Biden-appointed federal judge out in Los Angeles, apparently expected today to issue a temporary restraining order halting your lawful operations. She says, I think it's important for the court not to burden otherwise lawful law enforcement activities. Your reaction there?
Look, people need to understand, ICE officers and Border Patrol, they don't need probable cause to walk up to somebody, briefly detain them, and question them. They just
soak that in. We don't need probable cause to go up to anybody we want to and detain them and question them. Show me your papers. We are not a show me your papers kind of country. But apparently we are now. They have every right to stop anybody that they want. Well, let's see what kind of people he's talking about that he wants to stop and detain. It's like fucking stop and frisk all over again, except this time it's not just the frisk. It's the stop, detain, and arrest.
So totality of the circumstances, right? They just got through the observation, get articulable facts based on the location.
If you are trying to articulate the word articulate, try to get the fucking shit and marbles out of your fucking mouth. You goddamn racist Shrek.
Occupation, their physical appearance, their actions. Like a uniformed border patrol walks up to them for instance,
no. Let's listen to that again. Hold on.
Get articulable facts based on the location, the occupation, their physical appearance,
their occupation, their physical appearance. So brown with a Spanish accent, that is enough. That is enough right there. Where's the fucking due process? Where are anybody's rights? We don't have rights anymore. What are we fucking talking about here?
It's like a uniformed border station walks up to them at for instance, a Home Depot. And they got all these articulable facts, plus the person walks away or runs away. Agents are trained. What they need to detain somebody temporarily and question them. It's not probable cause, it's reasonable suspicion.
God fucking damn it. We don't need probable cause, we just need reasonable suspicion. And we are asking morons, failed cops, bounty hunters, January 6 rioters, the 3%ers, the Proud Boys, whoever the fuck is behind those masks. They get to, I don't need probable cause. I just need a little reasonable suspicion. And you're brown. You're in a Home Depot parking lot. You've got a Spanish accent. I have every right to stop, frisk, detain, arrest, question, whatever the fuck I want to do. That is completely fucking illegal. All of this is illegal, which is why they're wearing their masks, because they know this is illegal. This mumbly peg, has he got anything else to say?
Done that. Every agent, every 6 months get Fourth Amendment training over and over again. These officers are really good at what they do.
Every 6 months they get Fourth Amendment training. Illegal search and seizure. Obviously they're not getting trained enough now, are they, dog?
If this judge would make a decision that's against what these officers are trained, what the law is based upon, then they're going to shut down operation. I think that's your end game. They want ICE to stop doing this. But if they base...
Yes, I do too. Absolutely. I think that they should stop what they're fucking doing and we should abolish ICE. God damn, man. What a racist. What a fucking racist. Earlier, it was like today, this morning, or yesterday morning, a farm was raided, a cannabis farm. They're going to throw that out there a lot, cannabis farm. You know, trying to give you a little scare. There's marijuana out there and brown people. Holy shit. Anyway, God damn, sometimes I hate the mainstream media.
And how it escalated so quickly.
Well, first, I kind of want to set the stage for you right here. I'm outside the entrance to this facility here. This is a cannabis farm, and that's why it's so secure. Cannabis is legal here in California, and we understand that this facility is licensed. You see that woman there behind me? She just showed up a little while ago. She believes a relative who was perhaps targeted by the ICE raid yesterday is still hiding inside there. We had relatives here pretty much all night hoping that they would find individuals that were hiding inside. We heard that 2 came out overnight that had been hiding in a water tank. So it was. It's been an eventful evening as well, as people have been trickling out of here. But apparently one more. Yesterday, the ICE raid started at around 9 a.m. and we're not clear exactly why they were here. But the company here that owns this farm did say that they showed up with a warrant, and the company said it complied.
You don't know why they were there? Maybe because they're brown people and ICE has lost their ever-loving fucking mind, and Stephen Miller is a fucking Gestapo fascist, a la Goebbels. And he's directing them to go to farms and arrest people and go to Home Depot and go to 7-Eleven and just arrest brown people wherever you fucking find them. Jesus Christ. I don't know why they're there.
We saw them rounding up dozens and dozens of people and putting them on buses and taking them away. And really within minutes, the protesters were here.
Those protesters are badasses. Thank you so much for actually showing up and trying to stop some fucking fascism.
There's people in there trying to get their family members out, and then just to push us out, they started tear gassing us, and it burns really bad. It's like we're not really doing anything.
Anyway, so it just continues. It just continues. Here, check this out. ICE handcuffs a 71-year-old grandmother, a U.S. citizen, at San Diego in the immigration court. Check this out.
Video to send shockwaves from San Diego immigration court through the immigrant community is actually not of an immigrant, but a 71-year-old U.S. citizen named Barbara Stone.
I was surprised. It felt like an out-of-body experience.
Stone was handcuffed and held by federal agents for 8 hours on Tuesday, according to her family.
This is from the handcuffs, so I have a large bruise there. I feel mentally and psychologically traumatized.
In video of the incident, which was shared with NBC7, you see the moment tensions boiled over and an officer says Stone pushed her. Stone denies that.
Oh.
NBC7 made several attempts to
Wait a
contact
minute, hold on. Are you telling me that a 70-year-old grandma pushed you? She pushed me. Fucking tighten up, bitch. Tighten the fuck up.
about the incident, but was referred to a different agency under the Department of Homeland Security, the Federal Protective Service, and we've yet to hear back.
Check this out. This happened at Walmart in Albuquerque. They just feel emboldened, entitled. After the new budget that came out, and they got $175 billion more dollars, where they're going to increase their ICE Gestapo thugs by another 10,000 people. Got a big, huge cash infusion to fund a whole bunch of concentration camps, including the one in South Florida, Alligator Auschwitz. But these people feel absolutely emboldened. This guy, here's a guy getting fucking tased at a Walmart. Yeah, cover up that face, honey. We don't want anybody to know who you are.
Get back to work. I need you to leave. This is private property. Escort her
You
up.
need me to leave?
Yeah.
Why?
Escort her. Yeah.
According to ICE, the man seen by customers being taken into custody is illegally in the United States.
Whatever, man. What the fuck ever. I don't need to hear your bullshit excuses, man. We got a whole bunch of thugs with masks, guns, and weapons harassing everyday people. ICE is so out of control, they tried to raid a kid's baseball practice. Then they came for the children, even in self-designated sanctuary cities such as Manhattan. Apparently not so much. Thank you, Eric Adams, for allowing all of this shit to happen. Good fucking job being a corrupt motherfucker and being owned by Donald Trump. Apparently no one is safe from the ire of federal immigration agents under the Trump administration. Yeoman Wilder, a baseball coach for a middle and high school students, was leading a group of 11 kids through batting cage practice near 72nd Street at Riverside Park last month. It's actually a nice park. When he caught ICE agents interrogating some of the minors. These are kids. Quote, I go over quickly and the agents are asking the kids inappropriate questions like where are they from, what country, the origin country. So I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I tell the officers their questions are inappropriate and that I'm going to tell my kids not to answer them. Wilder said the officer, use that in quotes, I should say, officer, identified himself as an ICE agent, were armed with guns and tasers, had ICE printed across the front of their tactical vest. You need tactical vests when you're confronting children, man. You never know, man. They might have a lollipop they're going to hit you with. The coach who received, hold on, he says, they were armed and with tactical vests. The coach who received his master's degree in law told the kids that they did not need to answer the agent's questions, instructing them to instead line up on the opposite side of the batting cages. But ICE didn't like that. Wilder said that that's when one of the agents raised their voice at him, accusing him of being a YouTube lawyer. Man, these guys sound like fucking geniuses, don't they? I said, no, I just know how the Constitution works. But the agents continued to threaten him, per Wilder, talking about cuffing the coach and openly questioning what the kids would, quote, have to lose by answering. Their Fourth Amendment right. Their Fifth Amendment right. If they were in the country illegally, I told them that they still have their Fifth and Fourth Amendment rights. Thank you very much. And that they don't have to speak to you or help you with any investigation. All the kids, according to Wilder, were born in the United States and are U.S. citizens born to parents from Africa, South America, and Mexico. As if that really makes a difference. You are a militarized thug questioning kids while you're strapped to the nines and carrying weapons, asking them what country they're from. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. By the way, just see if I can get this thing open again. Yeah, here we go. Alligator Alcatraz by Ryan Grimm, already ballooning over $600 million. I wonder how much health care we could cover with $600 million. Turns out that money is not coming from your health care. Turns out it's coming from FEMA funding. There you go. Federal detention facility in Florida, officially named Alligator Alcatraz. I can't believe it's officially named that. Is only the beginning when it comes to FEMA money being used to fund ICE operations. According to a source within the federal agency, the new program, dubbed the ICE Grant by FEMA employees, means that millions in grant funds intended for shelters, facilities for non-citizen migrants may now be redirected towards detention centers and whatever else ICE decides. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said in a statement to the Associated Press on June 25th that the detention facility in Florida will be funded in large part by the Shelter and Service Program within the Federal Emergency Management Agency. So we are diverting funds from FEMA. Oh, by the way, FEMA, that's supposed to be helping out during national emergencies, like the one we just had over the 4th of July weekend in Texas, a red state, which, by the way, Kristi Noem delayed DHS response to Texas flood with outrageous rule. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is refusing to take responsibility after a report found that she personally instituted a rule that created obstacles in the Federal Emergency Management Agency response to the deadly floods in Texas over the 4th of July weekend. Per a Thursday CNN report citing 4 FEMA officials, Noem recently enacted, fascist Barbie, let's just get it out of the way, enacted a requirement that DHS expenditures exceeding $100,000 be signed off by her. I hate to break it to you, honey, but any action in any kind of natural disaster is going to be over $100,000. So she's basically saying everything has got to be run by me. But a lot of that money seems to be going to Alligator Alcatraz. But to be signed off by her office. As a result, the agency was unable to deploy proactive urban search and rescue squads near anticipated areas of flooding, as it is usually would. While state rescue teams sprang into action, FEMA officials realized they needed Noem's approval before sending those additional assets. And they didn't receive it until Monday, at which point floodwaters had been raging for over 72 hours. Do we care about kids or we don't? Do we care about people or we don't? You deny climate change. You defund the places that could actually predict these floods, these fires, these natural disasters. And now you're diverting FEMA funds that could go to the rescue and cleanup to a fucking prison camp, to a concentration camp. And just in case you think that since you're an American citizen and, you can't be harassed when you go out and protest any of this stuff, DHS tells police that common protest activities are violent tactics. DHS is urging law enforcement to treat even skateboarding and live streaming as signs of violent intent during a protest, turning everyday behavior into a pretext for police action. Department of Homeland Security is urging local police to consider a wide range of protest activities as violent tactics, including mundane acts like riding a bike or live streaming a police encounter. Wired has learned threat bulletins issued during last month's No Kings protest. So all you people that were at the No Kings protest, the next protest you go to, they're going to be a different set of rules. Warns that the U.S. government aggressive immigration raids are almost certain to accelerate domestic unrest, with DHS saying that there's a high likeliness that more Americans will soon turn against the agency. Duh! Fucking duh! Will soon turn against the agency, which would trigger confrontations near federal sites. Blaming these intense media coverage and backlash to the U.S. military deployment in Los Angeles, Yet again, a perfectly reasonable reason to go protest when military is being deployed on American citizens on American soil. Of course. Blaming these intense media coverage and backlash to the U.S. military deployment in Los Angeles, DHS expects the demonstrations to continue and grow across the nation as protesters focused on other issues shift to immigration following a broad embrace of the anti-ICE messaging. Anyway, it seems like they are prepared for the increase in protests that will definitely be coming after all of the ICE Gestapo thug tactics increase. More people are going to be outraged. More people see videos like this and they hit the streets. Normie people are not used to this kind of thing. And then they see it and they go, what's going on with my country? What's going on? And it's a perfectly reasonable question to ask. Yet here we are. We are watching the militarization of all of our protective services. We are watching Republicans lose their mind over the fact that ICE is being attacked by people. They're throwing rocks. They're blocking the road so we can't take these people away. They're protesting. How dare they get in the way of law enforcement? I mean, United States was always a goddamn police state, but this is well and beyond what we have ever seen. And it's got to stop. Eventually, this is going to come to a head. And some, either National Guard, Marine, ICE, somebody is going to pull out a gun and they are going to shoot somebody. And it's not going to stop at that either. And then you're going to have Tom Homan on there going, well, he was perfectly justified. He felt threatened for his life. Maybe if you weren't doing the horrible, wretched ass, un-American, unconstitutional shit that you're doing, maybe none of this would happen. Maybe there wouldn't be a 500% increase on violence against ICE and DHS. Stop sticking your dick in the fucking meat grinder and maybe it wouldn't get chopped off. You are doing this to yourself. Do you think that America is going to sit down and take this shit? Do you really think so? Like I said before, we are not a show me your papers kind of country. That shit was handled back in Nazi Germany. And we have seen it and we do not want it here. Anyway, for all the people out there who are not seeing this kind of stuff, or they're choosing not to see this, or, or still on the fence going, well, they're just getting out the criminals. Do any of those people look like the criminals? Or do they look like grandmas and young kids and young women and harassing kids on a playground and riding your horseback through MacArthur Park looking like a fucking fascist regime? Are they going after the criminals, or are they just going after any brown person that they can find? Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.